we have a particular obligation to examine the NSA in light of its tremendous potential for abuse. It has the capacity to monitor the private conversations of American citizens without the use of a bug or a tap. The interception of international communication signals sent through the air is the job of NSA, and thanks to modern technological developments, it does its job very well. The danger lies in the ability of the NSA to turn its awesome technology against domestic communications.
40-year-old video of the Church Committee's work. That was the chairman of the committee, Frank Church of Idaho, and immediately to his right is the then 39-year-old chief counsel to the committee, Fritz Schwartz, who is our guest joining us throughout this series. He's with us in New York. Elliot Maxwell here in Washington, D.C. Now, today, in the wake of 9/11, the NSA is something of a household word for anybody who follows the news and politics. But how well known was the agency in 1975, Mr. Schwartz?
Well, hardly at all. The NSA, the joke was that NSA stood for no such agency. It was not meant to be discussed at all, and it wasn't generally. It was to have the hearings on the NSA was one of the most hard-fought issues within the committee. I think it was a quite close vote, and again, not at all on partisan lines, about whether we should or should not have a public hearing, and we decided to have a public hearing. I remember speaking to the general counsel of the NSA when we began getting information and indicating we needed to get more information, and he said to me, "But the Constitution does not apply to the National Security Agency." That was an interesting idea, that the Constitution didn't apply to a whole agency. I think I know what was in the back of his mind, that their work was meant to be foreign. They were meant to be doing things overseas, largely. And my rejoinder to him was, of course the Constitution applies to the NSA when you're doing things that affect Americans and affect Americans within America.
With respect to wholly domestic communications, is there any statute that prohibits your interception thereof, or is it merely a matter of your internal executive branch directives?
My understanding, Mr. Schwartz, is that at least the National Security Council Intelligence Directive defines our activities as foreign communications, and that we have adopted a definition for foreign communications consistent with the Communications Act of 1934, and therefore I think that is the...
All right, but you believe you're consistent with the statutes, but there isn't any statute that prohibits your interception of domestic communications?
I believe that's correct.
How to affirm the importance of the secret security agencies, how to make sure they don't go beyond their writ, and how to ensure that the rights of Americans are protected in a world in which there's danger, and by agencies that are by necessity secret, but also because they're secret are potentially dangerous to the rights of Americans and to the well-being of the United States.